Welcome, guys, to the NBA live stream. We only got one game to go over today. Clippers, Mavs, showdown slate. I find it kind of interesting, though. Showdown slates are, I never go crazy. I mean, you guys kind of know that because there's a lot of variance involved, but they're still fun to play. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. Again, I appreciate all the support as always. Let's jump into it. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Core? Patrick, how's it going, man? Ethan. All right, so I'll stay on for about 15 minutes or so. Again, there's not I don't want to bore you guys by staying on for longer than I need to. But so let's go over the starting lineup. Clippers are once again starting the same team in Reggie, Paul George, Kawhi, Batum, and Marcus Morris. Luka in, Maxi Kleber available, and Ibaka out. We're still waiting on that Dallas starting lineup. My assumption is they start Boban again, but that obviously would. I think there's a chance that maybe they go a different direction. Maybe they go a Powell who played well. Maybe they even go a little bit smaller. We will see. And hey, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, thanks again. Michael, the $5 super chat. Michael Varner, no comment. Thank you for the support, dude. Seriously, congrats, EK. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's gonna be nice to have some free time. So yeah. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Again, if you don't know what's going on, guys, I stepped down from my job to fully pursue this. So, yeah, it really does mean the world. All your guys' support, and again, Michael, appreciate. Can't talk the super chat. Kind of pissy. I know. I tweeted it and I was like, you know what? I forgot so many people in that tweet that I could have put in there. So, again, no why. There's just. I can't thank you guys enough to fully do this, fully go on YouTube. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right, so so we're still waiting on the Mavs starting lineup. Clippers and Mavs again. It's a 216 over under. The Clippers are 3-point favorites, and like a true gameplay. Yeah. All right, so let's start off here with the Clippers. And at the top, we have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Kawhi at 11-6, Paul George at 10-8. Last game was kind of interesting for Kawhi. He had a floor game. But Dallas, they played him differently defensively. They were double-teaming him a lot. So, is that going to get me off Kawhi? Not necessarily, no. But I do think it makes him slightly riskier if that's going to be the game plan of him, continuing to get double-teamed. Felt me completely cure my burden, making my money while watching sports. Hey, appreciate that, Tommy. Thank you. I know, right? I should have mentioned you too. Exactly. There's so many people. I'm like, oh, I posted it. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot this person. I was like, oh wait, I forgot this person. Yeah. So yeah, rooting for success. Thanks, man. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, Kawhi is obviously someone I'm considering in the slate. Now, with him and Paul George, who do I prefer? It's close. Again, if Dallas is going to play it the same way and double team him, then maybe a slight preference to Paul George. But I still like both the Clipper stars a lot here, obviously. I don't think that's a contrarian take. With the mid-range guys for the Clippers, you have Marcus Morris at 6'6", who played over 40 minutes that last game. I think he's someone that looks like a safer play in the mid-range because I think if he stays out of foul trouble, he should play all the minutes he can handle. I'll keep going for esports as well. Yeah, well, let's try to get a takedown, man. Let's try it. But yeah, I think Marcus Morris is actually a pretty safe play in the mid-range here. Rondo, I don't mind as a contrarian play. He had a really bad game last game. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to have a bad game again. I mean, he can still go for 30-plus fantasy points in 25 minutes. So I think he'll be a lower-owned play if you want to get different in the showdown slate. I think Reggie Jackson plays about 30 minutes. He's been a good offensive player so far for the Clippers in this series. He's gone for 25-plus the last 4 games. So, kind of like a Marcus Morris, I think a safer option. Maybe a slight preference to Morris. I think he plays more minutes. And then Nick Batum, I like a lot too. I think he's also going to play big minutes. And does he have insane upside? No, but he should play about 35 minutes. So Batum, Reggie, Marcus Morris, I think are all pretty safe plays. Again, Ibaka out. Terrence Mann 4-2, more of a contrarian value play for me. Probably plays about 15 to 20 minutes, and I think I would prefer some other value. Now, Vicha Zubac is one of those guys where we'll see. Do we have the Dallas starting lineup news yet? Because Dallas wanted to go big last game, and that kind of forced the Clippers to go throw Zubac out there more. And we know Zubac is a decent point per minute guy, so I kind of like him here for value, again, depending on what the Mavs do for a starting lineup. But I would assume we get close to 20 minutes for Zubac. 18, 20 minutes, 22. The only game here was 11. That was his one low. But I think that's when both teams went small. So I would guess we get around 20 minutes, which makes Zubac a pretty good value in the slate. And then everyone else should get a DNP unless they do something crazy. So like everyone below Zubac is kind of out of play unless you just want to take a 0 with someone, which I actually don't think is the worst idea. You can play like a Luka in the captain. You can get to the other top 2 guys. And then maybe just play one of these 1K guys and see if that works out. Like, it will definitely be contrarian. But it would allow you to get Luka and the captain plus, like, the top 2 guys on the Clippers. Let's move on to the Mavs. So, yeah, Luka, is there a way fading him works out? Yes, extreme. Like, you need something extreme to happen. You need him to aggravate that injury. You need him to get in foul trouble, like severe foul trouble. You need something crazy to happen for Luka to not be in this lineup. So for my one lineup, obviously I will not be fading Luka, and I think he's probably the best play in the captain just because of the insane upside. Now Porzingis is nothing more than a contrarian play for me on the slate. Would much rather get to Paul George and Kawhi on the opposite side. He has just looked like a shell of his former self. He doesn't look engaged on the offensive end. He's not engaged on the defensive end either. He's kind of just like standing in the corner. They're not really giving him the ball much. It's really like weird to see because Porzingis was actually pretty solid for them during the regular season. I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying he can't have a good game. I think it's possible. For my one lineup, though, I just have a hard time getting into him, even to get different. I don't know if Dallas starting lineup. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Let's go over this. Okay, Boban again. Yep, so Boban again. I think we'll get to Boban, but obviously he really stands out here. So going over the rest of the Mavs here, Hardaway Jr. I think is a perfectly fine play in the mid-range. I guess he does have a somewhat low floor. We kind of saw it 2 games ago where he's not, if he doesn't hit his shots, but he's probably going to have to be their number 2 offensively behind Luka, right? With Porzingis kind of just fading away. I think Hardaway Jr. has got to be their number 2 guy. I'm fine with him. He does have he has a lower floor than guys like Kawhi, guys like Paul George, obviously, because he's pretty reliant in the scoring. But Tim Hardaway Jr., definitely playable. Dorian Finney-Smith at 6K, I have a hard time getting to him unless you're trying to get super contrarian. I would personally rather get to those other, Clippers guys on the opposite side. Like I think I'd rather have Marcus Morris. I'd rather have Reggie. Probably rather have Batum. Maxi Kleber, with him not starting, he only played 19 minutes last game. No, he did get 5 fouls, so he probably would have played a little bit more. But again, with him not starting, he's a pretty low usage guy, and the minutes should go down. So, down from like the 35 that he was playing earlier in the series. So, again, nothing more than really a contrarian value play in the slate. Guys like Brunson and Jay Rich, they also lost minutes. Again, with the Mavs wanting to go to a bigger lineup. Brunson only played 10 minutes. Josh Richardson only played 6. Now, is there a way that both those guys play more? Sure. It's Rick Carlisle. We don't really know what he's going to do. But right now, those are guys that I have a hard time getting to. And then finally, I think 2 good value plays, and probably the best value play right now is Boban, right? Now, will we get 20 minutes again? I'm not convinced we'll get 20 again from Boban. But as long as he plays over 10 minutes, he's most likely going to be in the winning lineup. And it's just because he's such a good point per minute guy. You don't need him to play a ton. And there's, not a ton of great value in this range. So Boban really stands out. Now, could you make the argument to fade him for GPPs? Yes. We've seen it in the regular season where Boban has started and literally only played 1 shift. And that was the reason, actually, the last slide I didn't get to him. I was worried they were going to do that. So that is still in the realm of possibilities with Boban of, maybe him only playing 1 shift. Tori with the $10 super chat. Thank you again. Thank you for all your support. Seriously, this season, it really does mean a lot. Congrats on the full-time DFS. Thank you, man. Thank you. And Patrick again with the $10 super chat. And you guys have been in here every day supporting me. And love to see you guys on Twitter too, reading through those conversations throughout the night. A little bit tilted in there too. Congrats. I'm very proud of you. Thank you. Again, couldn't have done it without you guys. So really, really do appreciate it. Watching your live stream with a genuine smile on my face like a proud brother. Cannot wait. Thank you, man. Thank you, Mike. Yeah. Keep up the great work as well, man. You've been grinding it out. And again, now that I have more time, we'll have to get you on a show here before the end of the playoffs. I know I've been talking about that a couple of times, but now that I have more time, we'll try to set that up for sure. All right, so that's kind of how I feel about Boban. And then finally, we have Powell and Cauley-Stein. So Cauley-Stein, I think, he played a little bit last game, 5 minutes. We know he's a decent point per minute guy. But Dwight Powell's the guy that actually played well. He did. He went for over 20 fantasy points in 22 minutes. He looked pretty solid while watching that game, and he was also in foul trouble. So I do like Dwight Powell. I think you can definitely play Powell and Boban together. I think you could fade Boban and go to Dwight Powell if you want to really differentiate yourself. But yeah, for sure, you can play both together. I think they're two of the better value plays right now, assuming we get similar run, but you never really know with Carlisle. So maybe if you want to get different in the large field stuff, you take a dart and Cauley-Stein and hope he gets extended a bit. So, and then I think Trey Burke actually played a couple minutes too. Yeah, he played, or no, that was 2 games ago, right? Yeah, that was 2 games. So he didn't play the last game. Really, no one else said that's playable here for the Mavs. So, birthday batter with a $10 super chat. No comment, but thank you, man. That is very, very generous for you. Yeah, really not necessary at all, but thank you. Thank you, man. Yeah, appreciate it. All right. So let's go over some builds, right? If you go Luka Doncic in the captain here, it's going to be a little bit difficult if you try to get to Kawhi and Paul George too. Right, you have 2.8K remaining. Yes, you can get to Boban and maybe like Powell, but like then you would have to play a guy that might not play a ton. I mean, I guess you could just do like Boban, Cauley-Stein, and Powell, but that would be a little bit tricky. Two God Blue with a $20 super chat. Extremely happy for you. I use yours and Raz's plays all the time. Amazing duo in my opinion. Thank you, man. Thank you. And appreciate all your support, and hope to continue to get some W's here. Thank you very much. MLB sweat going on. Hey, let's get it, Tori. Let's get that W. All right, so I think you could make that work, but you might have to take a 0 with one guy if you go Luka. If you go like one of the 2 Clippers guys in the captain, and then the other, obviously playing the top 3 guys, you might have a little bit more wiggle room. Or I also kind of like the build of, Luka and the captain, pick one of the 2 top Clippers guys, and then get a couple guys in the mid-range. I think those are kind of the builds that I'm considering. I really think the only guys in the captain I'm looking to are Luka, Kawhi, and Paul George. I'm not really looking to get to a cheap guy in the captain. I actually played Boban in the captain last slate, but I really think you want to focus on one of the main guys. Now, could you go Boban in the captain? If I was going to play a cheap guy in the captain, it would be Boban, and then you can go like team jam him in from there. Like that is a viable build, but you're going to need some things to go right for that to work out. Again, I don't hate it at all. We love you, DK. Appreciate it, Encore. Pulling for you and have great success. I'm kind of jealous. I still have to go to the office grind every day. Hey, man, we'll keep grinding and chase your dream. I really, again, never thought I would be able to do this. So y'all degenerating this Masterful Gamer LO I had to pass. I get it, Matthew. It's not one I play a ton. It's not. I don't go crazy in these showdown slates. DK hired me for League of Legends. Might have to, man. Might have to. Ryan with the $10 super chat as well. Congrats on going DFS full time. You earned it. Thank you, man. And again, thanks for you being here every single day in the live streams, the chats. It really does. Again, it means more than you guys know. No way Boban the captain is the winner. LOL. Yeah. See, you're gonna need you're gonna need some crazy things to happen. It could work. Like you could get Boban like a 30 fancy point game, and then obviously big games from the top 3 guys, and then like the 2 guys in the mid range you picked do really well. So it could work out. All right, guys, let's stay on for another minute or 2. I'm going a little bit over time, but that's kind of all I got for the show on slate. Again, there's not a whole lot to talk about for this one. There's, again, a few different ways you can go. Again, you can play all 3 in the captain, or all 3 of the top guys with Luka in the captain. You might have to take a 0, though, if you do that. You can play one of the Clippers guys in the captain with the top 3 guys, and then you might be able to make that work. Or, you pick Luka and one of the main Clippers guys, and then maybe go a couple guys in that mid-range. I think that's also a viable build. Luka captain 90%. Yeah, it's hard to get away from that. You like Zubac. I think he's one of the better values. Yeah, because I think Dallas is going to want to go big again, so I think Zubac is going to get some more run for sure. Luke and the captain, Porzingis, Boban, Powell. That's definitely different. Man or Zubac? For me, it's Zubac. He's just a slightly better point per minute guy, assuming we get similar run. Like the video. Yeah, guys, we're at 64 likes. Appreciate it. I'm always here and I just don't talk much. I do appreciate all your insight. I'm consistently placing cash. No big wins yet. Hey, appreciate that, Ryan. And let's hope we get a big win soon. Do you think Mavs close it out? I'm really not sure. The home team has not won so far in the series. I'm just hoping for a good game. I mean, I would prefer the Mavs to win. Like, I'm a pretty big Luka fan. Not that I hate Kawhi and Paul George. It's just I would rather, like, if I'm rooting for one team, I think I'd rather have the Mavs win. Confident Zubac getting good minutes with Boban starting. I would assume because, again, the Dallas wanted to go big. They had a traditional center out there basically all times, and he played 20 minutes the last game. So is there, a way where they just try to go super small and make the Mavs go small? I guess. But, I think we get similar run there. Congrats, DK. Just saw on Twitter. Hey, appreciate that, Matthew. Again, you've been a day one, so really, really do can't thank you enough for all your support. I'm here every day. Remember my name, LOL. I got you, Bill. I got you. All right. Any last questions, guys? Again, thank you for all the super chats. It's really, really, making my day here. Goodbye, LA. Yeah, Zubac projected 20 minutes. I think we get around that. Paul George or Kawhi, it's pretty close to me. Again, maybe a small lean to Paul George since the Mavs they double team Kawhi a lot. Captain Reggie with Batum, Luka, THJ, Kawhi, Boban. Super contrarian. Not saying I can't work out, but you're going to need a pretty crazy game for that to work. Bucks and 6. I am so excited for that game tomorrow. You guys know, I'm rooting for the Bucks. I picked them all. My team in the West didn't really work out. Still had the Bucks going though, so hoping that can go. Favorite sports movie? Air Bud. How can you not go wrong with Air Bud, right? Fade Kawhi. I think you could, right? I'm not fading Luka. I think you could make that lineup where you go Luka plus one of the Clipper stars and go a little bit more balanced. Whey protein or egg whites? Definitely whey protein. Blondes, yep. All right, guys. I say a little bit later, but again, appreciate everyone coming to check out the short live stream. I will be back tomorrow. I think we only have one game again, but Sunday we have 2 games. So thank you, Scotty. Thank you. All right, guys. Good luck. Again, thanks again, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.